Good. So, right? Okay. Cool. Hi guys. I'm so happy, Ben, to have you here, that you're taking the time for me for this interview. Thank you so much. So I actually asked my team what questions.
I saw your Instagram story asking questions, so this is exciting. I'm glad the team asked questions. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I asked the team, and because they are the best, so I love you, and they had the best questions, and now I'm just going through their different topics.
Yeah,
so
great.
We start with the basic topics. So, what is your story with Young Living?
All right, great. That's a good question. That's an easy one. That's a good one to start with. I know my own story really well. So I started with Young Living in 1998. I started in our warehouse. So at that time we were in a we were actually in a school. It wasn't small, but it was old. My city, so the city I grew up in, my hometown, it was a school that I went to. And they were going to tear it down, but Gary said, no, we'll take it, because Young Living was very new at that time, 4 years old. So I started working in our warehouse. So that's when I became familiar with Young Living and our oils. Back then we had a lot of the great blends we have today. I remember Panaway, RC, Valor, some of my very favorite blends at that time. And back then compliance was a little bit less strict because we weren't as big. And so our product guides were very informative. And on my lunch break, I would sit and I would read about all the different oils and products that we sold. And I thought it was amazing, so interesting.
Wow.
So I was in college at the time, like I said, at uni. And I worked at Young Living in the warehouse until I graduated.
Oh, wow.
And then I graduated and I moved overseas. Did not stay with Young Living at that time. I took a role and lived in Korea, Taiwan, and Australia. So I lived overseas for about 13 years.
Wow.
And then I moved back in 2015 and found Young Living. So I went back to Young Living in sales. I'd been working in direct sales during that time. And so I came back to Young Living in sales, and I was our chief sales officer until 2019, which time I left for a couple of years, and then I came back in 2022. I will say that since 1998, whatever that is, that's 20 whatever years it is now, 25 years about, I've been using Young Living essential oils. They've always been in my home, and I've always had favorites. And actually, even when I left in 2019, my wife became a brand partner because we love the oils, and she loves the business. So she loves the community, especially. We both love the community. So Young Living's very much in our heart, and coming back in my new role has been a dream come true in so many ways. And I love this company. I love the Young family. I love the brand partners. I just really love what we do.
Oh, so nice, isn't it? Okay, I'm starting crying. I had just the first question, but okay, it's okay. If you could describe Young Living with 3 words, what are these 3 words?
I would say wellness, purpose, and abundance.
That's smart. Okay,
that's in our mission statement.
Yes.
and I feel like we stand for wellness because we produce the best natural medicines in the world. I think we stand for purpose because it's so much bigger than
It slipped.
Did it slip?
My God!
Oops.
Oh, it slipped. It was my fear.
Oh, it's okay. I think I hit the table. That was probably my fault.
No.
Is that all right?
It's
very precarious. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't move, books.
Yeah, don't move.
Purpose, because our foundation is really so central to who we are and what we do. Also, the purpose that people find with Young Living, their own personal purpose. Being a part of something bigger than yourself, I think, is really important. And then lastly, abundance. We believe in abundance because when you go out and you share, when you share love and passion, it comes back in abundance. If you put abundance into the world, it comes back. And Mary always says this. She said, money in the hands of good people does great things. I wonder if we could put it behind these 2 books. Maybe it would stay a little bit better.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder to see, but...
Yeah. Okay, maybe you can sit down. I see if you're in the... it's so crazy. So your head is a little bit like, yeah, it's okay.
Is that okay? All right. Sorry, everybody. We're trying to do this with books.
sorry. I mean, it's not that you have to be well prepared if you have the president of Young Living sitting beside you, taking his time for you, but...
Hey, we're on vacation, we're enjoying Italy, and I'm really happy to spend some time. I think your leader is amazing. I don't know if I'll get a chance to say that, but Susanne is a beautiful person, an amazing leader, and doing great things in your business. You did so well with this contest, which shows that you're very engaged and active in your business. So I always have 30 minutes for you. I'm happy to do this.
Thank you. And my team knows that I'm always like chaotic and imperfect. That's maybe...
And that's life. That's the way life is.
Oh, that's nice, but thank you so much. So, what is your biggest challenge with Young Living? So the biggest thing, you're sometimes you have hard to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with it?
Oh, the hardest thing with Young Living, I'd say professionally the biggest challenge that I have, I'll give you two answers and I'll try to be fast because I can be long-winded, but professionally the hardest thing that I have is picking the biggest and best opportunities and saying no to the other things. So saying no is really hard. In fact, there's a strategist named Michael Porter, and he says business strategy is more about what you say no to than what you say yes to.
Mm-hmm.
And so saying no to things is really hard, but it's also really important. When we say no to things and focus on things, then we do those other things better, the most important things better. So my focus is how do we do what's really important really well and let go of some of the things that are less important so we can do the important things well and really understand what I call the trade-offs of decisions that we make. Because if we try to do everything, we do it not well.
Yeah.
If we get focused onto the more important things and we can do those things well. And I think in business that's most important, is do the most important things well. We always have to sell the very best essential oils. We have to pay your commissions on time. We have to ship those products to you quickly and get them in your hands. We have to run a business that's healthy so that Young Living has a future. We have to, I'm trying to think of some of the other priorities. We currently have a lot of challenges with our technology.
Yeah.
So we need to let go of some of the other things or even some of the other technology to focus on the most important technology, making it easy for people to sign up and check out. So I think focusing is really important and it's difficult to do. Personally, what's hard for me is I'm very emotional about our business. And so when our business does well, I'm really happy. When our business doesn't do well, I'm really sad. And I think and this is true for you too, I think, right? It's true for all of our leaders.
Yes, wow.
And if there's one thing I've learned, especially in this last couple of years, through the pandemic and especially post-pandemic, you have to realize that your business is not you. And if your business isn't doing well today, it doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad leader or you're doing the wrong thing or anything like that. Sometimes it just means you're going through a difficult time. And if you can separate your own feelings from your business and its performance and just focus on the right activities consistently, then you can feel good about what you do. And when you look at I do this every night. I look myself in the mirror when I brush my teeth and I get ready for bed. And I look myself in the mirror and I really evaluate, did I do my best today?
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I think that's important. If I do my best, then I consider the day successful. If I made some mistakes, which I'd make a lot of mistakes, then I have to think, okay, tomorrow I'm going to try to be better and intentionally try to be better tomorrow to learn from what I did that day.
Wow. That's actually a later question I have, but now I ask it now. What do you have any other rituals than this mirror looking, reflecting ritual? Yeah,
I do. So every morning I wake up, I start my day with intention. So I do affirmations.
Oh, wow.
Every morning I do affirmations. I have an app that gives me affirmations that I will do, and then I have some favorites that I put on my mirror at the gym, at my home gym where I exercise, and so I have those affirmations to start.
Wow.
I then do a short meditation.
Do you connect it with the oil?
The affirmations?
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually, it depends on the oils that I have just on my nightstand, but usually, I always have Believe. So I do a lot of Believe. And then I do the Gary Good Day protocol, but I do that later when I get ready.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just like as I'm like getting out of the shower. So I do affirmations in the morning. I do a brief meditation, and meditation or prayer, depending on your persuasion, what you like to do. And then I exercise. Then I get ready. I shower, get ready. Then I do my Gary Good Day protocol after I've showered. And then I leave for work for the day. I usually leave for the office by about 7:30 or 8 a.m. And then I work until 5:30 p.m. That's a hard stop for me at 5:30. I go home. I get home by 6 p.m. It's my promise to my wife is I get home by 6, and then from 6 to 8 p.m. I spend time with my children and her. That's my family time. And I put my phone away. I don't do any work. I just spend time with them. And then from 8 p.m. on is kind of my time to spend with my family, or maybe do some work if we're behind. I just try to be really intentional about the times that I spend. So that's kind of my ritual, the daily ritual that I consistently do.
Wow. Oh my God, you're just amazing. What do you love most about Young Living?
This is easy. It's the people.
Oh, really?
And it's interesting because I love the products. I can't live without our oils, but the people are what make it really special. And I say this a lot, that we can produce the best oils in the world, but I don't put them in people's homes. You do. And that the example you show me of showing up and believing in yourself and believing in your life and in your family and in your team and in each other, and working hard and trying to make the world better and teaching and helping people and bringing people into our community, I really value that, and it inspires me. Seeing that inspires me, and it makes me want to show up and be better in my own life too. So being surrounded by such good people everywhere makes me better. You know, being able to spend time with people that I admire and make me better, I think is a real gift.
Wow.
So that's what I love about Young Living. That's number one.
Wow. Really good questions.
Great questions. Yeah, really good questions.
So, how do you see, where do you see Young Living in 5 years or in 10 years? What's your vision, or what do you think we have moved, we have done then? What changed? You know what?
Yeah, I think we can expect a number of things. I think you'll see continued innovation for essential oils. We invest more in research and development than any other essential oil company in the world that I know of. We have more technology, and we have more scientists, and we have more patents that have been certified and also filed. So I think you'll see continued growth and advancement in essential oils. In fact, we have a really exciting announcement coming up this summer where we're going to share a new innovative method of extraction that is pretty impressive.
Oh, wow.
So stay tuned for that.
Oh, wow, I didn't know about
Yes,
that.
very excited about that.
Wow.
Not to mention many others. So, and I don't want to go into too much detail, but plants are amazing. Essential oils are powerful, and we're still learning every day about what they do. So I think you'll see more advancement in the next 5 to 10 years of essential oils, more patents, more uses, and probably even more claims, because we'll be able to do that through our clinical studies and what we learn through science. That's one thing. I think we're going to be in a lot more homes. So that means we're going to be in more Austrian and German and European homes. We're going to be in more African homes that we're not in today, and more Middle Eastern homes that we're not in today. And so I think we'll fill more and more of the world. We'll have more of those oils in homes because that's our vision, and we'll continue to do that. That's what Gary always wanted to do. I think we'll continue to grow. I think we'll be one of, if not the biggest direct sales companies in the world in 10 years. When Young Living was less than a year old, Mary tells this story, she and Gary were actually cleaning their office, or painting, I think it was. And this was a brand new office when they were brand new and very small. And Gary was painting, and he looked down at Mary. He was on a ladder, and he said, "Mary, we're going to be bigger than Amway someday." Of course, Amway's the biggest direct sales company in the world. And Mary laughed at the time and said, "Oh, come on, Gary, we're just trying to keep our doors open." And here we are. We're one of the last count, we were one of the top 10 largest direct sales companies in the world, and we're going to continue to grow. So our aspiration is to be the biggest and the best.
Wow, that sounds good. So we're looking forward.
Yeah.
How is it for you to meet your brand partners? My team said you're like your employees, but we are not employees. Like employees, we're like brand partners. So how is it for you to meet brand partners?
I love it. It's my favorite. And I think I said this last night, but I love being in Italy. It's beautiful. But I'm here for you. I'm really here because we can spend time. And I would do that anywhere. I do that in your home. I do that in my home. I do it anywhere in the world because it inspires me, as I mentioned before. And it's different because you don't work for me. You work for yourself. You work for your team. You work for your family. You work for your dreams.
Wow.
And I honor that. You know, we're business partners in that pursuit. And we as a company are the facilitators, are meant to be the business partner to help make that happen. So seeing brand partners, it helps me really connect to our mission as a company and what we actually do. And I love it. And I respect you as a business leader and a business owner and someone who's making decisions for their business and doing difficult things for their business every single day. So I do my best to honor and respect that.
Wow, that's really deep, because wow, you said such beautiful things. You know, we are not Young Living, we are our own business builders, and that you're not our chief, you're just our supporter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really beautiful. What is your deepest and most touchy memory of Gary and you?
You know, I think the one that probably gets me most emotional is when he was in the hospital right before he passed away, and I spent the night with him, a few nights, just me and him, and it was so hard to see his body failing, but his mind was still very strong. And sitting and being with him, and for so much of my life, Gary was someone I really looked up to and admired, and he was a mentor to me. And to be in the hospital with him and to be there for him, to help him to the bathroom, to hold his hand, to just be with him during his time of need it was hard because I could see him going, but it was also really special. Like, I look back at that time and I'm really grateful for the time that I had, just through my words, but also my actions, to tell him what he meant to me. And so I think back to that, and so many adventures with Gary, so many things that he taught me and I learned from him, and adventures we had together. And to be honest, what I do here at Young Living, I try to honor that. I try to pay it forward because he paid so much into me, and I try to pay it into everybody at Young Living, because that's what Gary would have done, and that's what I can do to thank Gary for what he did for me.
Wow, thank you for sharing this. Really. What do you love most in your daily work with Mary?
I love working with Mary. Mary is so wise. And I'd say what I love about Mary more than anything else is her perspective. She truly is a purpose-driven leader. And what I mean by that is, in my role, she could ask me, how successful are we? How much money are we making? How do we make more? But that she never says that, and she will never say that to me. What she really cares about is,
wow,
are we getting oils into homes?
Really?
Yes. Are we taking care of brand partners? Are we building our legacy, and are we fulfilling our mission as a company? That's what she really cares about. So it makes it really easy for me to stay focused on what matters, because she never asks me for anything else. It's always about about the best part of, like,
really,
what we do. And so there's that. And then I'd also say I love the quiet confidence with which Mary does life, and specifically, she's, the company's almost 30 years old. She's been through a lot, and she has unwavering confidence and belief in Young Living and its future. So if I'm having a hard day, I know that I have Mary as an anchor. She's always solid, she's always there, and she's incredible that way. And then the last thing I'll say is, she's really good at speaking abundance and love, and being intentional with our thoughts and actions. So if I express, one thing that Mary will not tolerate is we don't say can't. We can't say can't. She hates it when we say can't. So that's something we don't say. And if we express a thought that's negative, she asks us to. We're just recording.
You're recording now.
Yeah. She asks us to reframe it. To say that differently.
Oh, really?
Yep. She's
That's
like, don't put
amazing.
don't put negative ideas or thoughts out.
Wow.
Always put it into a positive space. She believes in abundance, and she lives it that way too.
Wow.
Yep.
So impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good to hear all that stuff because it makes it's so much easier to feel young
Mm-hmm.
living. It's so amazing. Thank you so much. It's
Yeah, I can talk about Mary forever because I get to work with her every day. Mary, she does not spend money on herself. She's very frugal, but she gives everything to others. I look at how generous she is with Young Living and specifically our farms. She's so passionate about that she will go without so the farm can go with. And that example I think is really inspiring.
Wow. So what is your favorite farm and the or your favorite farm experience maybe?
Yeah, favorite farm's hard. It's like favorite child or favorite product, both of which are hard.
Favorite child.
I would say my favorite farm is probably the Finca Botanica in Ecuador, although it's hard to say because I love all of them. But Finca Botanica is beautiful because of a few reasons. One, the academy is there, and so you get a chance to see all of Young Living in one place. You see our foundation, you see our farm, and you see our business, and it's incredible. The farm is so beautiful. And when you look at the surrounding environment, you realize how much vision and belief it took to create that farm. And Gary went and he saw that and he made it, and it's now a paradise. So it's something you absolutely have to experience. We have the Nova Vita Spa there, which is amazing. You can do treatments there that you can't do anywhere else in the world that are really cool. It's just an incredible tribute to Gary and his vision, and having the foundation there is what makes it so special. You see the difference we make in the lives of those children. So those are, and of course we have ylang ylang that we grow there, Palo Santo, oregano. There's some beautiful oils that we grow on that farm. It's fully sustainable. We have goats, and we have a worm farm. Like we do some really cool things in the Finca Botanica. So that's probably my favorite, but it's hard to say a favorite. They're all beautiful in their own way.
I understand that. Last two questions. What is your why?
My why, my why is really being a father and husband, because my family are my people, and showing up in my life as best as I can, and providing abundance for them and for this community that I belong to. So every day I show up and I try to be best I can for my people, for my children, for my wife, and for all of you. So I think that's really what I focus on as a person. What drives me is trying to create goodness for people around me, and hopefully when my life is over, people will look back and say that their lives were better because I was in their life.
So, and for you, when you say your people also means us. So it's not just your inner circle or some special people.
Well, it's I prioritize my wife and kids number one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I have to take care of them. They're my primary responsibility.
Yeah.
But in my role at Young Living, Young Living's you're all my people.
Yeah.
And so I just show up and try to do the best I can. And if you show up and do the best you can, I feel like that's enough.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Last question. What are you doing if you have a bad day? How you treat with yourself, or how do you get out of this?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because we all have bad days. And I also feel like as a leader, you can't show up and just act like you're having a bad day. You have to be better than that. So I do a couple of things. I will take a moment and just breathe and do a short meditation, just so that I can kind of clear my head and get into a better space. I find gratitude, so just thinking through the things you're grateful for really helps elevate your mood. And I also sometimes will just put a smile on and be as happy as I can, show up for my people. And I find that when I do that, I often kind of, I can set aside whatever it is that's making me sad that day or is on my mind, if I just kind of put a smile on my face and put one foot in front of the other and show up for people as best as I can.
Wow. Thank you so much. What a message. Do you have some words for my community?
I do.
For the very end?
I do. Yes, thank you. So I always want to be able to say thank you to all of you. Like I said before, we give you the tools, but you're the ones who actually make the magic happen with those tools, the lives that you change and the people that you touch because of it. You're the ones doing that work. So I want you to know how much I appreciate that. And without you, our mission isn't a real thing. It's just words on a page. You make it live. So thank you for making it real and making it real in the lives of the people that you touch. And believe in you. Believe in what you can accomplish. We're here in Italy because of a belief that you had, Susanna, in yourself and in your team. And here you are. And anything great in this world starts as a belief. So believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, then you can lean on my belief in you and Susanna's belief in you, because you can do great things. You can do more than you think you can. And I think this business is all about giving people an opportunity to do that. The reason we do things like conventions or retreats or even this trip itself is so that people can realize that it's normal people doing this work. Our Royal Crown Diamonds are normal people just like you. And if you want to be a Royal Crown Diamond, you don't have to be superhero. You just have to be yourself and be the best you can be. Try really hard, be consistent, and you'll be amazed at what you're able to do.
Wow. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure, yes.
So much.
So I look forward to lots of more adventures together.
Yeah.
And Susanna, thank you. Like I said, I think you're really an amazing leader, and it's been a joy to see you almost every single day this week. It's really been the highlight of my trip. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I shut the camera and then I give him a big hug.